Happy Thursday, friends. Let's talk stuff. I actually got I really like our slides. That's a little teaser, but at the very end, I think you're going to like it. It's fun. I like it. So we'll see. But let's get into the business part of things real quick. Rates still moving basically sideways. They improved a whole 0.02 from last week. So FreddieMac.com shows rates at 6.13. If you look at the chart of the mortgage-backed securities market, it's been just kind of a boring beginning of the year, and I'll take boring considering just what last year looked like. So right now rates are in the low sixes. I still think here in the next couple months, the next, call it 2 months or so, we should see rates come a little lower with inflation fears coming down. However, here's some news. So anybody out there looking to buy a home, so whether you're a consumer watching this or you're in the real estate market or you're a builder, here's the reality, guys. Activity suddenly just went nuts. Like in the last 2 weeks, week and a half, 2 weeks, the phone started ringing a ton. I don't know if it's New Year's resolutions, but business is certainly back to being very active. So just showing this mortgage demand, jumped nearly 28% in 1 week, and we feel it. So a lot of folks are getting out there. So I think it's a great time to be buying a home because ideally you're getting in before the true spring market hits, right? So if rates do come down a little bit in the next 30, 60 days, it's going to bring more people maybe off the sidelines. So if you're looking, this might be the right time to do this. But here's what people forget. And this is what I've been screaming for a long time. So FHFA. So FHFA, that's the big government body that rules housing. So that's Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. FHFA is their boss, basically. It's like they run it. They are the king. So FHFA published this: Dallas, Plano, Irving, the whole greater metro area, year over year, house prices are up 17%. So use this stat if you're buying a home. I've heard people say, "Oh man, I'm going to wait for prices to cool off." It's Dallas-Fort Worth, guys. We haven't seen that. I know some people are going to say, "Well, I've seen prices drop." Look, a lot of new construction communities, I understand, they maybe were slashing prices and doing all that in Q4, but it was to get rid of inventory that was sitting and that they needed to close out by the end of the year. That is over. The end of the year numbers are over, guys. So it's either, at this point, I've actually had a builder say, "Hey, we increased prices in January," right? So if they didn't close by December, they've increased them. So share this with your buyers. If you're a buyer watching this, again, the housing market's still very good. It did fall. I saw nationwide, month over month, I think prices fell 0.6. 0.6 was the month over month change. But guys, Dallas-Fort Worth is still very, very good. People call us every single day coming to buy. So here's your chart. And you can look at the one on the bottom. Again, it just shows the appreciation change. It's still a positive number, right? It's a very big positive number. So there you go. That's the metro housing. You guys can see these charts. It is a good time to buy. Dallas-Fort Worth is great. Maybe there's a pocket or community or house where you guys saw something, but just understand overall, there are still a lot of people that want to buy homes here and prices are going great. Here's the deal about recession. We're probably already in one. You guys can see this chart. The reality is you can see these little indicators, highlighted over there on the right side in yellow. Anytime we go underneath that red, there is a recession. We're probably already in it or about to be. And you know that because, unfortunately, a lot of people, especially in the tech industry, are losing their jobs. So there's 60,000 just between two of the big, Microsoft and Amazon. So guys, as people lose jobs, that makes other people fearful that they might lose their jobs. Unfortunately, we talked to some of you folks out there that put home buying on hold because they have lost their jobs or about to lose their jobs. So again, not ideal. I don't like that, but it does help inflation and helps calm down inflation. So when inflation comes down, our rates could and should be coming down. But here's the deal. My crystal ball is only good for the next probably 4 or 5 months. I really don't know what's going to happen at the end of this year. Realtor.com, however, has made the forecast that they think rates by the end of the year could be somewhere around 7.1. So check this out, guys. They think for the forecast, the average mortgage rate, and this was just recently published, I think it was this week when I saw it, they think rates are going to be back to 7.4 for the average for this year. So 7.1 by the end of the year. So guys, that's not ideal, right? So if you'll notice, they weren't too far off on their 2022 expectation. They said the 5.5 was the average. They thought at the year end it was 7.5. They were off only by about 6 weeks, right? Rates were up in the 7s right around the start of November-ish. So guys, understand, while rates may come down here in the near future, at some point, what could happen is all this new home buying is going to spur on more spending, because when you buy a new home, you go, You go to Home Depot, you spend money, you buy furniture, you employ more people to do things. So that can be inflationary. And then all of a sudden we're back where we started. So don't take for granted what you got today in terms of rates. And just remember, we can lock in for 12 months. So if you're looking at new construction, I do recommend maybe over the next 30, 60 days, getting something locked in if rates do come down a little bit. So there you go. A lot of good stats on here. I'll let you look at it at your own leisure. Here's the quick fun things. This is just one note. It's now minus 80 degrees in the world's coldest city. So somewhere in Russia. So don't go to Russia this time of year, apparently. But here's the thing. So my girls and I, we've been buying, I'm sure many of you have, lottery tickets. And they're like, Daddy, we're going to win it. I'm like, yes, girls. And it is funny. When you pay the $2, you think you will win it. So here's some fun things about that, guys. You got a 1 in 12,000 chance. And by the way, the stat right above that showed it's like 1 in 300 million to win. So you got a 1 in 12,000 chance to find a pearl inside an oyster shell. You got a 1 in 80,000 chance to date a supermodel. I can tell you right now, guys, I have a 0% chance of dating a supermodel. I'm happily married. But you got a 1 in 88,000. So for all you single folks out there, good luck. Number 3, you could get struck by lightning with the 1 in 15,000 shot. So we've always heard more likely to get struck by lightning. That is absolutely true by a long shot. Matter of fact, you probably get struck multiple times before you win the lottery. To be picked in the NBA, 1.6.8 million. Shark attack, that's scary to think about. 1 in 3.7 million. So I've never known somebody get attacked by a shark. So I've also never known a lottery winner. So there you go. Number 6 rather, sainthood. You got a 1 in 20 million shot. So you're telling me there's a chance. And then lastly, the fact that an asteroid could destroy the earth, that's 1 in 700,000. So there you go, team. Thanks for watching. As always, we appreciate you. Have a great week and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.